Nathan was the kind of teenager most people overlooked. He had a lean frame, slightly tousled dark brown hair, and sharp green eyes that held more secrets than he'd ever let on. He wasn't flashy or loud, didn't dress in designer clothes, and never went out of his way to draw attention. At first glance, he seemed like just another quiet kid, another face in the crowd. But Nathan was anything but ordinary. His past wasn't something he talked about, mostly because no one would believe it. Late nights in dimly lit gyms, his fists slamming into heavy bags, his breath ragged from exhaustion, and his coach's sharp voice cutting through the air, pushing him harder and harder. He grew up in a rough neighborhood where his parents worked long hours just to keep the bills paid. They did everything they could to shield him from the dangers of the streets, but the streets had their own rules. Bullies, gangs, trouble lurking around every corner. Nathan had no choice but to learn how to defend himself, and he got good, really good. When he transferred to Westbrook High, no one had a clue about any of this. He was just the new kid, another unfamiliar face in a school already filled with hundreds of others. The hallways were a constant flood of voices, lockers slamming, students laughing, teachers trying their best to keep the chaos under control. Nathan walked through the noise, hands stuffed into the pockets of his faded hoodie, backpack slung loosely over one shoulder, avoiding eye contact. And then there were the rulers of Westbrook High, the ones who thrived on power and fear. At their usual spot in the cafeteria, three boys sat together, watching everything unfold like kings surveying their kingdom. Their leader, Tyler, was a tall, broad-shouldered guy with a permanent smirk and a reputation for making people's lives miserable. His right-hand man, Logan, was built like a tank, the type who looked like he could rip a door off its hinges without breaking a sweat. And then there was Mason, the smallest of the group but by far the meanest, always the first to start trouble just for the fun of it. Tyler was the first to notice Nathan. "Who's the new guy?" he muttered, leaning back in his chair. Logan shrugged. "No clue. Just another quiet kid. Probably an easy target." Mason grinned. "Perfect. Things were getting boring around here." It didn't take them long to zero in on Nathan. He kept to himself, never spoke unless spoken to, and didn't react to their presence at all. To them, he was the perfect victim. A week later, they made their move. Nathan was walking home after school, headphones in, when he felt it, that unmistakable sensation of being followed. He didn't need to turn around to know who it was. He'd felt their eyes on him all week. "Hey, new kid," Tyler called out, his voice dripping with fake friendliness. Nathan stopped, exhaled slowly, and turned. Tyler stood there with Logan and Mason flanking him, all three of them radiating cocky confidence. Nathan slipped his headphones out of his ears. "What's up?" he asked, voice calm. Tyler took a step closer, flashing a grin. "We've got a little tradition around here. New kids like you? You gotta pay a welcome fee." Logan cracked his knuckles for effect. Mason's grin widened. Nathan tilted his head slightly. "A welcome fee?" Tyler nodded. $50 should cover it." Nathan's lips twitched, almost like he was trying not to laugh. "Sorry, don't have $50 to spare." Mason's tone turned nastier. "Did we say it was optional?" Nathan's expression didn't change. He didn't look scared, and that threw them off. Most kids would be shaking by now. Instead, he simply sighed and said, "I'll give you one chance. Walk away." For a second, the three bullies just stared at him. Then Tyler burst out laughing. "Walk away? From you? That's hilarious." Nathan sighed again. "Okay. Just don't say I didn't warn you." Before Tyler could respond, Nathan moved. He was fast, faster than they expected. His right fist shot out, slamming into Tyler's stomach. The impact was immediate. Tyler doubled over, gasping for air. Logan, stunned, lunged forward, but Nathan sidestepped smoothly and swept his legs out from under him. Logan hit the pavement hard. Mason hesitated. He was scrappy, but he wasn't stupid. Nathan turned to him, his eyes still calm. "You sure you want to try?" Mason took a shaky step back, and no. "Good choice," Nathan said, adjusting his backpack before walking away as if nothing had happened. By the next morning, the entire school was buzzing. The new kid had taken down Tyler and his crew, something no one had ever dared to do before. Tyler, humiliated, swore revenge. But no one took him seriously anymore. Over time, people started noticing other things about Nathan. How he helped kids who were being picked on, how he volunteered for anything that involved helping others. He wasn't just a fighter, he was a protector. Slowly, things started to shift at Westbrook High. The bullies didn't run the school anymore. And for the first time in a long while, Nathan felt like he could be more than just a fighter. He could be himself. But Tyler wasn't done yet. One evening, as Nathan was finishing his training at the local gym, he stepped outside to find Tyler waiting for him, alone this time. His bruises from their last fight had barely healed, but the fire in his eyes hadn't faded. "Round 2, Tyler muttered, fists clenched. Nathan exhaled. "You don't learn, do you?" Tyler swung first. This time, he was more aggressive, more desperate. Nathan dodged, blocking expertly, but he could see the frustration in Tyler's movements. He wasn't just fighting Nathan, he was fighting his own pride. Finally, Nathan countered with a sharp jab to Tyler's ribs, then swept his legs in one fluid motion. Tyler hit the ground hard, coughing. Nathan crouched beside him. "You don't have to be this guy. You're better than this." Tyler looked up at him, eyes filled with confusion and anger. "Why do you care?" "Because I know what it's like to fight for the wrong reasons," Nathan said simply. "You don't have to be the villain." For the first time, Tyler didn't have a comeback. He just lay there, staring at the sky. The next day at school, Tyler walked past Nathan in the hallway. Their eyes met, but there was no hostility this time, just understanding. Tyler didn't say anything. He just nodded. Nathan nodded back. And just like that, Westbrook High changed forever. That's the story, friends. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure sharing it with you all. Don't forget to comment below and let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see the global reach of these stories. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories, tips, and tricks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.